Part 1. The Opening. The movie begins with its protagonist, Tyler Rake, having been shot, falls into a river in Dhaka, Bangladesh. Tyler Rake is a former Australian Special Air Service operator turned contract killer who took up the job of extracting an Indian drug lord's kidnapped son from Dhaka. Floating off the shore of the river, Tyler is rescued by his handler Nick's crew. Tyler is transported to Dubai for treatment. The resilient Tyler clings to his life despite being clinically dead. Tyler slowly recovers. He is visited by Nick and her brother Yaz. Nick is surprised with Tyler's will to survive and asks, why fought back to life? A partially recovered Tyler is transported to the rural Gmunden, Austria, by Nick and Yaz. Nick hands him over a box and ironically says that his whole life fits into one tiny box. He seems to have retired now and passes off lazy days. Tyler spends his days fishing, chopping wood, and roaming around aimlessly. In a next scene, the story follows events in the life of Zurab in Kajori, Georgia. He is informed that the prison sentence of his brother David is extended to another 10 years. David is imprisoned for killing a U.S. Drugs Enforcement Administration's agent and is held in Kachiri prison. Zurab is the leader of a Georgian gang called the Nagazi, which literally means shepherd. Zurab and David grew up during the Georgian Civil War. They are war-hardened and toughened by the ruthless streets of Yerevan, Armenia, where they had fled to. In Armenia, the brothers are taken under the protection of their uncle Avtandil. They soon indulge in petty crimes and gradually rise to power. Forming a gang of extremely loyal soldiers, they run heroin and weapons operations. After being imprisoned, David, using his connections, get his family into the prison so that they can stay close to him. His wife, Ketevan, lives in fear from David, but has chosen to stay with him for the sake of his son Sandro and daughter Nina. David wants his son Sandro to become a Nagazi like him, but Ketevan is terrified from that idea. She wants his son and daughter to live a simple and peaceful life, away from the Nagazis and their crimes. Angered by the extension of his brother's prison time, Zurab summons a governor he helped gain position of power in the Georgian government. It was this governor who extended the prison time of David, fearing the U.S. government's action. Zurab is not impressed with the governor and kills him immediately after the governor doesn't realize his mistake. Part 2. The Offer and the Job. While Tyler is coping with his seemingly early retirement and recovering from his injuries, he is visited by a person who abstains from introducing himself or who he works for. This unnamed stranger, which we see at the end of the movie credited as Alcott, offers Tyler a job. Tyler declines the offer before listening to its details. Alcott says that the offer is from Tyler's ex-wife, Mia. It becomes known quickly that Ketevan, David's wife, is Mia's, Tyler's ex-wife, sister. Alcott states that an extraction would be extremely difficult, not just because of David and the Nagazis, but the presence of two warring gangs that are imprisoned there at the Tikachiri prison. The first step would be to avoid being noticed by the gangs. Tyler must go in and out quietly. The next step would be running from the Nagazis, as they would surely get to know about this extraction. Tyler tells Nick that this job would help her understand why he didn't give up on his life. Tyler, Nick, Yaz, and their mercenaries approach the Tikachiri prison. Having already bribed a prison guard, their entrance is secured and quietly done. They have 5 mins to do the job and execute the extraction. Partially blacking out the prison, Tyler quietly gets to the family and secures them. However, a prisoner sees them and informs the whole prison. The guards move to block the prison corridors. Tyler has to take a new route where he first encounters a room full of prisoners who attack him. Subduing them quickly, Tyler navigates through the prison and asks his team for a way out. Meanwhile, the whole prison descends into chaos. The prisoners attack the guards, and there is murder and killing all around. Tyler reaches the extraction point and gets the 2 kids out through a chamber. While helping Ketevan escape, Tyler is attacked by an angry David. In the ensuing fight, David is gruesomely killed by Tyler. Then, all hell breaks loose. Tyler and Ketevan are trapped and are pursued by prisoners. Tyler and Ketevan find themselves in the prison courtyard where a brutal fight is going on between prisoners and guards. Tyler is forced to push through the crowd and find their way out. The prisoners attack Tyler and Ketevan. In this chaotic scene, Tyler starts shooting the attackers, but quickly loses his firearm and has to get into hand-to-hand combat using his knife. After a long sequence of fight, Tyler and Ketevan reaches the extraction point. Leaving the prison, Tyler is informed that the Nagazis are on their way to intercept them. Tyler and his team are chased by a heavily armed convoy of Nagazis. Inflicting heavy losses on the Nagazis, Tyler's car gets hit. Tyler, Nick, Yaz, and the family are on foot to reach the final phase of their extraction. A train is awaiting the team. Soon after they get on the train and it starts going, the Nagazis attack them with gunships. A few Nagazis gets in the train. The fight gets intense. A combination of firearms and hand-to-hand combat ensues. Nick is injured in the control room of the train. Finishing off all the Nagazis, Tyler and Nick realize that the train's brakes are damaged. They have to prepare themselves for the impact at the train station. Tyler, Nick, Yaz, and the family safely reaches their next phase of extraction. They are airlifted and are seen in a chartered plane later heading towards Vienna, Austria. Part 3. Betrayal and Revenge. Sandro David's son always had sentiments for his father and uncle. He even declares to his mother in the prison that he might want to join the Nagazis. Upon realizing that his father is killed while in the plane, Sandro calls his uncle Zurab and betrays the next location of Tyler and his team. Sandro is under the impression that his mom was responsible for his father's death and trusts his uncle. Zurab prepares his attack on Tyler as an act of revenge. While in a hotel in Vienna, Nick gets to know that Ketaven is Tyler's former sister-in-law. Nick quickly realizes that this job is less to do with money and more with Tyler's personal redemption. Tyler realizes Sandro's betrayal and informs the team that they are under attack. The Nagazis have taken the air and the ground around the hotel. A Nagazi team secures the rooftop while another takes the ground to prevent Tyler and his team escaping. Their strategy is to finish Tyler and his team within the hotel. Tyler and his team spreads in 2 cars. Tyler stays with Ketaven and her children. However, Sandro, not convinced by his mom, runs away to meet his uncle. Pursuing Sandro, Yaz and Nick are forced back into the hotel while Sandro is taken by his uncle. The Nagazis finds Tyler, and in the ensuing fights, Tyler is forced back to the hotel. Tyler soon realizes that the only way out is to get to the rooftop and fly the helicopter that the Nagazis brought. Nick and Yaz go up to secure the rooftop while Tyler gets Ketaven and Nina to reach there. Nick sends Yaz to help Tyler where he gets injured. Nick is knocked unconscious while fighting a giant Nagazi and is thrown on an inclined glass roof. Tyler jumps to help her when is attacked by Zurab. Tyler and Nick manage to save themselves but do not kill Zurab when Tyler has a chance. They all get to the rooftop to fly. Yaz is the last one to follow them. However, Zurab gets there and shoots Yaz. While flying the helicopter away from the building, Nick sees Yaz dying in the arms of Tyler. A devastated Nick cries and pushes the helicopter to safety. Reaching their safe house, Tyler is enraged by Yaz's death. He gets a call from Zurab, who is regrouping at an abandoned plane banker. Zurab challenges Tyler, and Tyler obliges. Tyler leaves the safe house alone, and even at the insistence of Nick, doesn't take her with himself. Part 4. The End Game. Tyler reaches the banker and quickly subdues Zurab's men. Zurab is left alone with his nephew Sandro. Realizing that he cannot contain Tyler, Zurab put on a waist with explosive around Sandro. Zurab threatens to kill Sandro should Tyler not surrender. Tyler obliges, and Zurab asks Sandro to kill him. Sandro realizes his mistake and finds that his uncle is far less of a man when compared to Tyler. Sandro doesn't kill Tyler. Seeing that, Zurab takes his gun to kill Tyler. It is right at this moment that Nick comes and distracts Zurab. In a shootout, both Nick and Zurab are injured. Tyler quickly jumps in and subdues Zurab. When Zurab says that he will continue to come after him, Tyler shoots him in the head. Then, the Austrian police arrives and takes Tyler and Nick. We see them both in separate prisons under treatment. Mia, Tyler's ex-wife, comes to visit him and tells him that his son loved him and was proud of him. In the next scene, we see Alcott getting both Tyler and Nick out of the prisons and offers him a job that he cannot refuse. Part 5. The Verdict. Extraction 2 has an almost linear story. There is not much to get unraveled as the movie progresses towards its end. The movie nevertheless stays true to its purpose. Its beautifully choreographed fight scenes gives you the thrill and adrenaline rush that you paid for. The long 21-minute single-shot action scene is remarkable. Tell us what you liked or disliked about this movie. Let us know what movies should we recap next in the comment section. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to be notified when we upload new videos and enjoy watching.